Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Davey Deathray here. Hope you guys are having a lovely, lovely evening here and a good week so far. It is Wednesday, July 1st, 2026. How about that? It's just after 7 p.m. out here in the desert, just after 10 p.m. out there on the East Coast. How are you guys doing? Are you psyched? Are you pumped for the holiday weekend? I sure hope you are. And let me see here. I just want to make sure. There we go. Felt like the music was a little too quiet in the background. There, it makes me feel more comfortable. Let me know. I just want to make sure you guys can hear me okay. Sometimes it's a little bit different in my headphones than what you guys hear, but I'm going to jump in, say what's up to you guys. And before I get going on that, I'm excited. Guys, I was sitting there thinking, what the hell am I going to do for late night with the Davey? I have no idea. Like, I could talk about this. I could like force these people to listen to me talk about that, whatever. And I know you guys are so cool and you're willing to show up every single time and just see what the heck is going on, which I think is great. You guys are a very adventurous audience. So thank you so very much for, I think, affording me the ability to just like be kind of creative and do whatever and know that you guys will show up. So that's an incredible gift that you guys give me. And today I was like, man, I had so much fun doing trivia with the members. We just did a members only trivia. Hollywood Lito friggin' killed it and got himself a $20 gift card that I still technically need to send him. So Lito, if you're out there, I know I need to send it to you. We're good buds. He knows I'm good for it. But he just totally killed it over there on the members only trivia. And I was like, well, that's so much fun. I want to do a trivia with you guys, just with everyone. Now, I don't know if there's going to be a grand prize because I think it's kind of cool to reserve those for the channel members. Just another possible perk, you know, a smaller pool to compete in and the ability to get a cool Amazon gift card that you could use for a movie or groceries or I don't know, something illicit, whatever you want to do. So we will do that with the whole group. You know, we'll have some fun and do a big old trivia night with you guys. I'm thinking about doing it through that program Kahoot, which is very interactive and it awards points based on how quickly you guys respond. Anyways, I thought to myself, I'm not going to have enough time to put that all together tonight. Plus I want to like let you guys know about that one so people can kind of mark their calendars because I know people love trivia. And I thought, what can we do that's still trivia driven, just a little bit different? And I was like, how about everyone tries to stump me with a trivia question? I mean, we all have Google, so even if there's not something that you can just think of off the top of your head, you know, to ask me, which is totally fair too, you could always like search your favorite movie. You can find a little trivia question, whatever. All I ask is that you make it obvious that you're asking me that kind of question. I'm going to do my best to check in the chat and everything. If you put like Davey in all caps or you put like trivia in all caps before the question, that'll make sure that I don't miss it. Or of course the super chat will make sure, you know, that I don't miss it either. So yeah, that's what we're going to do tonight. I'm super pumped. I don't know how it's going to go. I guess we'll just see. I hope it's fun for you guys. I think this is a cool little interactive thing to do. So let me know and yeah, start asking your questions, whatever you got. We've got about 20 people hanging out with us. Thank you so much, everyone. Make sure to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, all that good stuff. If you're watching after the fact, thank you so very much. Please, again, hit the like. And for those of you that are watching after the fact, go ahead and ask away down in the comment section. Let's keep the try to stump Davey horror trivia going and keep that alive there in the comments. So yeah, let's just jump on in. I'm going to say what's up to you guys. I will answer questions as I say what's up, and we will just be cruising. Let me throw that down there. How about stump Davey with horror trivia? Come on. I fucking dare you. Let's go. I would love to, you know, get pink in the face because you guys are just destroying me, you know, and asking questions that I have no idea what they are. I think that would be an amazing outcome. Probably be a lot of fun for you guys, and I'm down for whatever, as the Get Up kids would say. So let's go ahead and say what's up to you guys, and then yeah, we'll just be doing our do here. We got Miss Liz Alou. How are you doing, Liz? I want to say Liz, but I also want to say Liz. Liz. So guys, Liz has a gaming channel. She is a streamer, and I stumbled upon her. I watch really just one. Jade Infinite is like, that's my girl. I watch her stream multiple times a week. I'm actually a moderator over there. That's how ingrained I've become in the community. But she's super fun loving, and she plays games that I would never play personally. So it's cool just to, you know, as an out of touch old guy, just to like, oh, this is what Elden Ring is actually like, because I'm never going to play Elden Ring. And right now she's playing the James Bond game. Anyways, Liz is another gaming streamer that I watch. She's super fun, really cool vibes. If you dig that kind of stuff, hop on over and throw her a subscribe. We got Gina, aka My Chunky Jordy, hanging out over here. One of our great channel members, one of the OG channel members. And yes, Gina says I'll be sleeping yet again. You have to do one for Pawn members or Ziggs won't be sending snuggles. Yes. So Gina, as everyone knows, I've been doing these weekend streams where I go live at a time. It's like 3 p.m. Eastern, and it's, you know, 8 p.m. over there in the UK. So yes, Gina, we can do a trivia that's like right around that time, like on a Sunday. We could have that's when we could do our big trivia. And if I let you guys know weeks in advance, then I get it if you miss it, but at least that way people would know, like, hey, if they really want that trivia, that's the way to go. So yeah, we can certainly do that, Gina. I'm sure hopefully you're watching on the replay. And I do want to let you know that you can let Ziggy know he can still send the snuggles. We will do a trivia for you. It took me a while to get that figured out. I don't know why, Gina. We got Antonis Andriotis, one of our great channel members, hanging out. What's happening, Antonis? Hope you are doing well. We got Paula Fitzhenry. What's happening, Paula? Lamontre Gillard. What's happening, Lamontre? Hope you're doing well, man. Hope everything is going well with work and life and hobbies and all the in-between. All the in-between. Holy cow, Paula Fitzhenry dropping a $5 super chat for a happy 25th anniversary, America. That's right, America. You're about to turn 250 years old, you sexy, sexy bitch. That's true. July 4th is this Saturday. And yeah, guys, we've got a super chat goal. So if we get 5 super chats of $5 or more, I'll do a bonus late night stream this weekend. It would be really cool to do a late night stream on the 4th of July. And maybe we could do something crazy like watch Jaws together. I don't know, something fun like that. So if we reach the goal, then I will ask you guys on the main page with a poll what you want to do for that stream. How about it? Thank you so much for the $5, Paula. Really do appreciate you. That's right. I will get you if you don't hit that like button. I mean, I really won't. I won't come after anyone. But hitting the like button is free. You know, it doesn't cost you anything. You know, if you're one of my secret watchers, you probably hit the thumbs down. There's usually 2 or 3 thumbs down. I'm like, well, I appreciate them taking the effort to click on my video just so they could not like it. And we got Antonis Andriotis dropping a $5 just for the hell of it. For the smell of it. You know what I mean, guys? Let me know if you know the reference there on that one. That's definitely, you know, if you were in middle school in the mid-90s, you probably get that reference. Thank you so much for the $5. Guys, Antonis Andriotis has been one of our channel members for a really long time here. Antonis has been around since the early days, man. So thank you so much for sticking with us, Antonis. I really do appreciate it, bud. Yeah, the Discord's a lot of fun, guys. Totally free to join. We got Tia Nina, one of our fantastic, amazing channel members hanging out. What's happening, Tia? Hope you're doing well. We got Kyle from That Sounded Scary, yet another fantastic channel member. How are you doing, Kyle? Thank you so much for hanging out, man. Christine, how are you doing, Christine? Welcome, welcome. We got Gory Tiger. What's happening, Gory? Adrian James, how are you doing, Adrian? Yo, Adrian, how you doing? There we go. I'll give you the goods there. We got Jamie Hart, the original Death Squad mod, and our Mama mod, and a channel member. Welcome on in, Jamie. I hope you are doing well. Oh my gosh, Jamie, we're getting cool weather here in the Phoenix area. It didn't hit 100 over the last couple days, so we're in a bit of a cool spell here. It's just 96 right now at 7:19 p.m. But tomorrow it'll be 101. So there you go. Yeah, I just wanted to give you the weather update since I'm jealous of the weather you have. How about that? Oh, let's see here. I thought I had that still up there, but there we go. Jamie, welcome. Let's see what else we got. Prince hanging out. What's happening, Prince? Welcome on in. You got me, of course. How's it going? Good to see the hottest twin of Justin fucking Timberlakey. Lakey doo. Hope you're bloody good, Deathray, brethren. Well, thank you so much. Do I look like Justin Timberlake? I don't see it. I think it's a lovely compliment. Thank you so very much, Prince. I'm not saying, I'm not going to say no to the compliment. How about that? And I think Justin Timberlake is one heck of a performer. How about that? I can, even if I don't love the music, I can still respect the work. You know what I mean? Dude, Lido was friggin' crazy in that members only trivia. He was like, it was worrisome. I'm like, if he makes it out to the big old public one, like, everyone beware. We might have to go teams, just to make it fair-ish. But I think that's the cool thing about Kahoot. Tia, just really quick, is on Kahoot, you still get points even if you're the second person. So even if that number one spot, if he just like falters, he or she falters, like, you're jockeying for position the whole time. It's very fun. And I love saying jockeying for position. I think it's, what a phrase. You don't usually use the word jockeying in any other context other than a small person riding on a horse, right? It's the two times you use jockeying. It's very specific. Jockeying. It's very, very specific. We got Kyle celebrating 1 month of channel membership. Thank you so very much, man. I really do appreciate you being a member. And guys, for anyone that's a new member, speaking of which, I'm going to give away some memberships right now. Kyle, you just made me remember to do all that. So let me gift away 10 memberships here. So I'm going to send 5 right now. For all the people that are new channel members, every week we're going to be having members only streams. So there's more incentive to sign up. Or if you were gifted a membership, there's more incentive to show up to those streams and just see if it's something that like you want to keep going. I totally get that, like, how everything is right now and all that. So, I want to provide more for the members. So it just creates more value and more reason to stick around. So, and I appreciate everybody. Some people have been members for almost 2 years now. It's absolutely incredible. And it's high time I just do something consistent at least once a week. And then we can pepper in some other really fun stuff. All right, so we have 5 gifted memberships. Night Watch Zone. Holy cow. I did not know that Night was a subscriber. I think it only gives them out to subscribers. I don't know. But welcome on in, Night. We got T. Parker Evans, one of our buds over here. We got I Like Scream and Ice Cream. We got Tatum and Brandon the Beldum. How about that? Welcome on into channel membership. Let's go ahead and gift away the other 5. And yeah, guys, if you have questions, if you want to stump me with some horror trivia, feel free to throw those in and I will get to them as we find them here. All right, so I gifted another 5 channel members. We got AAS385, Musime, Jay, what's happening? Clong Diver. Ooh, I like that name. I don't know why. It's because it sounds dirty, but I don't know what it is. Clong Diver. I just like saying it. Clong Diver. Kristen T. Shooty. What's happening, Kristen? OU Film Buff. Welcome on in. And B. Nico. Welcome. All right. Thank you, Kyle, for reminding me. I mean, inadvertently, I'll still thank you. How about that? Because I'm that nice of a guy. Well, sometimes. We got Shelly Priest hanging out. What's happening, Shelly? Welcome on in. Guys, Shelly is Raymond Malibur's cousin. I said that right, Shelly. You are his cousin. Guys, Raymond is one of our amazing community members that unfortunately, we lost, it hasn't been 2 years, about 1.5 years ago, I believe. So welcome on in, Shelly. And old horror movies, I mean, yeah, going back to the 70s, I'm pretty good. And then even like certain movies from the 30s and 40s, just not as broad back then. So more of like the universal stuff. Like I mean, feel free to ask me anything, because if I don't know it, that's probably more fun for everyone in the chat. But welcome on in, Shelly. It's so great to see you. I hope you are doing well. We're always thinking of Raymond over here, and he's always going to be on our membership card. He's never going away. Number one name on the list every single time. How about that? We got King Matthew III. What's happening, King Matthew? Welcome on in. At what age did Jason Voorhees drown? That's a good question. That's part of Scream 7, right? So that's like the trick question from Scream 7, right? That it's like, oh, he never really drowned because he came back as an adult. I think they, oh my gosh, I want to say that he was, at least according to like what Pamela says in the first movie, was he 8? Kyle? 8? I don't know. Let's look it up. Let's see what Google says. Right? That way we don't have to rely on. So, at what age did Jason Voorhees drown? 11 years old. Okay. So 1957. Okay. So I was way off. See, there we go. 0 for 1. Davies 0 for 1. Somebody keep track. Somebody keep track, because I'm not going to keep track. How about that? We got Joe from Media Poop Shoot hanging out. What's happening, Joe? One of our great channel members and Death Squad mods. Welcome on in. Stumpy Davey, exactly. Yeah. What is the first spoken word in 1996 Scream? Is it hello? Kyle's answering it. I mean, I didn't even look at that, but I think it's hello. I think. What was the name of the owners of the Overlook, and what is the town and state it's located in? I mean, I think it's supposed to be in Colorado. I don't know the name of the town. I don't know the name of the owners of the Overlook either, Paula. Look at that. 0 for 2 so far. 0 for 2. How about it, guys? Yeah, you know, full disclosure, I have seen The Shining probably 3 times in my life. I think it's a good movie. It just is not a movie that I ever find myself like, I never find a yearning to watch it. I'm never sitting there going like, oh, I want to watch The Shining. So yeah, admittedly, I'm going to be pretty rough on that. Man, Jason Voorhees 11, and I said 8. Terrible. I should have even if I just said 10, it would have been better. We got Ismail hanging out. How's it going, buddy? What's up, Davey in chat? All Evil Dead movies are max. I will rewatch them tonight. Every single one? Oh my goodness. I'm thinking about doing an Evil Dead marathon. I'm thinking about doing that. In fact, I have a question for you guys, for all you guys here in the chat. Let's see here. I'm going to do a poll that's just for you guys. Let's see here. What pre-recorded video do you want next? So I'm curious to know if you guys want a big 3 tier maker ranking, where I go through and rank the big 3 franchises, or do you want a Necronomicon, right? Deep dive. Like, and when I say Necronomicon deep dive, I mean finding still images from each time that we see close-ups of the pages of the Book of the Dead through the entire franchise and examining each one to see what we can find and to see any sort of correlation, or, you know, how each book is specifically fits to either the film or TV show that it's a part of, all that kind of fun stuff. And just to, like, you know, zoom in and take a look at everything and see how fucked up and crazy it all is. So there you go. I'm going to put that there. So you hit number 1 for big 3 tier maker ranking, number 2 for a Necronomicon deep dive. Okay, here we go. Let's get back to it. It's so funny that it was right beneath Joe's question, and I didn't even see it until I already answered it. Oh my goodness. Yep, Womp Womp Stump. Yep, it's not Womp Stomp, it's Womp Stump Davey. Yeah. I think I've played Trivia Cahoots at work yes, I've definitely done that stuff at work. And I think it would be a really cool way to integrate it to to make it engaging for everyone. That it's not like, oh, only the first person that answers gets credit. Like, that's, you know, that's kind of a bummer way to, like, I like trivia where it sort of keeps things competitive and keeps people's like sweat on their brow like the whole time through, you know. Let's see, very intrigued in the new one. I've heard really good things. They did a press screening or like a early event screening yesterday, I think, and I've heard really good things. And then I'm going to be going next Tuesday on the 7th, so I'm very excited to check it out just a couple days earlier. I do, yes, Shelly, I think this is you over on the YouTube side. Yes, feel free to ask any question for sure. Holy cow, $5 from Tia Nina. Working on the 4th, would look forward to a live stream. Hell yeah, Tia. Thank you so very much. We're 3/5 of the way there. Just 2 more of those, and we'll be streaming this weekend on celebrating America's birthday. Blake says, stopping in to say hi. I don't think I can stay. I had a long day at work and insanely tired. Blake, I appreciate you coming on in just to say what's up. Hopefully I didn't miss you. This was 12 minutes ago, but I hope you have a restful, chill night and a great night of sleep and all ready for to go back and do it all again tomorrow. You are exactly right. Little salt and pepper. Little salt and pepper. Oh yeah, you guys are gonna get that. It's gonna happen. Davey, did you notice in Scream 7 that Matthew Lillard's scars are the same as his mask from Scream 6? All the same markings. I did not notice that, Kyle. No. I have I've seen Scream 7 twice, right? I saw it twice in the theater, and I haven't seen it since then. I enjoyed it, but yeah, I haven't gone back in and haven't done the deep dive. Okay, I'm gonna have to take a let's see here. I'm gonna have to write a little note here. Okay, there we go. Got a little note just to check that out in my free time, Kyle. How about that? Okay, let's see what else we got going on here. Look at that. Look at this guy gifting memberships. Holy cow. Who the heck is this guy? What's happening, Ashley? One of our great channel members. Hello to my favorite chat. Oh, and Davey. Right back at you, Ashley. Hope you're doing well. Okay, let's see what we got here. I didn't know. I had no idea. You never know until you see it pop up because like I have it set, I think I have it set to where people can't see my subscriptions. Like, so some people just make them private. So even when I try to creep and see who is my, like, oh, who's the biggest YouTuber that subscribes to me? By the way, the biggest YouTuber that subscribes to me is That's Good Sports. I think he's like, gosh, where's he at? 700,000? Something crazy like that. Something crazy like that. What's happening, Super Tenor? We got our guy Aaron hanging out, one of our great channel members. Welcome, welcome. Yes, physical gaming died. Well, what, January of 2028 is when it actually gets buried. And then, yeah, I guess we just have to wait and see about movies. They're going to have a tough time if they make movies digital only. I think they're going to have a really tough time. I think that's a way bigger hill to climb than gaming. Or you know, maybe just a different hill to climb, but I'm not saying they ain't gonna do it. Like what they will say to themselves, you know, looking at it from a business standpoint, they'll be like, well, you know, it's just like any other sort of loss analysis or cost, you know, analysis. They'll be like, how much money does it cost us to make all those games, all those physical copies, and ship them all over and deal with all of that, versus how many people are really going to step away from gaming and cut us off from the money they've been giving us? And is the cost of making the discs worth keeping that section of the gaming community? That's ultimately how they're going to look at it. It's sort of like the Fight Club thing about doing a recall. And if this goes well for Sony, I mean, it's not good news, no matter what. But it's, you know, if it goes well for Sony with PlayStation, then yeah, it's going to spill over to all the other companies, and then it's also going to spill over into film. Yeah. Shelly, welcome on in. Who's got a Nightmare on Elm Street question in honor of Raymond because he loves that franchise? What or who's got a good Nightmare on Elm Street question for me? Let's see what we got. Billy Judd, what's happening? Welcome on in, man. Hope you're doing well. I'm trying to catch up with you guys. I know I'm way behind. Hello. Hello, hello, hello. Just over a year and a half ago. We miss him so much. Every year, it's when we swing around to I believe his birthday's in November, or is it October? It's just, always look forward to celebrating, Raymond in some way right around that time. So, yeah, man, just the nicest guy when new people would join in the chat. Those of you who were around when Raymond was around, you guys know how amazing it was when he was in the chat. I mean, it was just the passion and the love and the knowledge of horror films, and also just the friendliest friggin' guy in the chat. I mean, he's friends with every new person that would jump into the chat before I was even saying hi to him. It's true. It's true. And he was all over in the horror YouTube sphere. He bounced all over the place. So, made an impact all over the community. Field of Screams, welcome on in. Welcome, welcome. Hope you're doing well. Let's see here. Rob Dean, 87's got one. What was the first Stephen King story that was adapted to film? First Stephen King story adapted to film. Was it Cujo? Because I don't think it was Christine, but I think Christine was the second. Was it Cujo? Here, I'll look it up. I'll do my own check here on Google. First Stephen, oh my gosh, Stephen King book adapted into a movie. Okay, let's see what it is. And I'm gonna sip from my C4. Carrie from 76. Why did I? Oh my God, I knew Cujo was 81 or 82. Why did I not think of Carrie? Pathetic. Here, I'm gonna drink some caffeine and maybe that will make me better for the rest of the way. This is working out great for you guys. Entertainment, 10 out of 10. Of course, Shelly, of course. Always thinking of him. Always. Every time I do, I put those membership thank you cards on every video. Every video that's not a short, and then we have them at the beginning and end of every live stream. So it's I make those videos for the intros and the outros, and then I do my own editing and everything. So I see that stuff all the time, and it's the times that I think about Raymond there's not much time in between. Nice. That sounds like a good idea, man. Might as well. This is the perfect time to get in on the Evil Dead. Just not even just a bandwagon, it's just the ramp up for the new movie, Antonis Andriotis says, what city and state does Child's Play 1988 take place? That is Chicago, Illinois. Thank you so much. And thank you for asking a question that I actually know the answer to, Antonis. I love the Child's Play franchise, especially the first 4 movies. And then I've got my spots after that. But I mean, the second movie is one of the best horror sequels out there. Let's see. Finish my top 100 project out with my favorite film, Cinderella. What a way to end my 30th birthday. David, happy birthday. One of our great channel members there. David jumping in. Guys, so 30th birthday, and all the films that you've been watching, they're all these classic films. A lot of them I've never even heard of. It's pretty amazing, man. You've got a refined taste, a unique flavor for a man of your age. And happy birthday. Happy birthday from all of us to you. We wish it were our birthday, so we'd be happy too. There we go. How about it? Let's see what else we got going on in here. Antonis dropping another $5 super chat just because. Thank you so very much, brother. Really do appreciate you. How many movies was Boris Karloff in before Frankenstein? Oh my gosh. Well, what? Frankenstein was 31 or 32? 32? Boris was probably in, I don't know. I mean, how long were they really making movies before then? Shelly, I am going to take a stab in the dark here. I'm going to say that Boris Karloff was in 7 movies before Frankenstein. Stab in the dark. I have no idea. Let's see what Google says. How many movies was Boris Karloff in before Frankenstein? Let's see what the AI says. What? Is this for real? Boris Karloff appeared in approximately 80 films before landing his breakout star-making role as the monster in the classic 1931. After leaving England and moving to Hollywood in 1919, he spent over a decade as an uncredited extra and bit part player, struggling for years before James Whale cast him in the role that defined his career. Wow. So 80 movies as an extra. So he was working every day. If that's really what it, Shelly, I'm curious, like I'm guessing you asked the question because you've got like a little bit of a story with that one. So please feel free to enlighten me on where that came from. Holy cow, we got Tony Gillen in the chat. Guys, Tony, first off, welcome on in. Guys, I met Tony through, I played in a band called Absent Minds in Portland, Oregon, and I met Tony through that band. And I believe, Tony was, friends with our drummer DJ back in the day, back in the Disney day, like back in the young guy day. Tony, oh my God, we went out and played Tony's house once. It was fucking crazy. I've never smoked so much weed in my entire life in one day. It was absolutely... I don't even know. I was so exhausted from smoking so much weed and playing music that I could barely stand up by the end of the night. But it was incredible. Welcome on in, Tony. So great to see you, man. We got Russell jumping on in, one of our great channel members. What's happening, Russell? Hope you're doing well. All right, let's see. Any trivia or cash prize? DeBarjun, welcome on in. So we're doing a little bit of a flip-flop on the trivia tonight where the folks in the audience are trying to stump me with horror questions, and they have been very successful so far. I think I've only gotten 1 out of like 4 so far, something like that. So in the future, so what I do is I do trivia with my members, with the channel members, and we do an Amazon gift card prize. So there is a prize. But I reserve that just for the channel members. We got Wilkie's Movies and Music. What's happening, Corey? Welcome on in, man. Hope you are doing well. Boom! USA won 2-0 in the knockout round. Even though the refs were screwing us the whole game, the French ref really didn't like the American soccer team. Yeah. Terrible refereeing going on. I don't care if they fine me. FIFA can fine me. And then giving our guy a red card on some incidental ankle step. It's fucking ridiculous, you know? So, yeah. Extra congratulations to the U.S. men's national team for getting to that next round of the World Cup and looking damn good, even in the face of a bunch of bullshit. So, you know, that's positive. What's happening, Dominic? Welcome on in, man. Hope you're doing well. Which A Nightmare on Elm Street actresses appeared in the sitcom Just the 10 of Us? Oh, fuck. Tia. Where are you guys finding these trivia questions? Like, Just the 10 of Us, I remember it being a show, but I didn't watch it. Like, the dad is the dad the guy that ended up doing like Pumbaa's voice in The Lion King? Like the rotund basketball coach, balding, big old gut. I think like kind of looked like Frosty the Snowman, but just a white dude, you know? I don't know, Tia. I do not know. And now I'm like, they appeared in the sitcom. So were they even stars on the show, or they just had little cameos? No, you stumped me. You stumped me. This is working out great. I'm loving this. What was Maggie's original death scene supposed to be in Child's Play? What was it supposed to be in Child's Play? I feel like I've heard this story before, and I can't remember. But I have an idea. Was she supposed to be, was it an elevator death, Billy? Is it an elevator death? That's the only thing I can think of. Yeah, it's friggin', oh my God. I can't believe I didn't get Carrie. I can't believe I didn't get it. It's from 1976. Sony sucks. They overcharge their products, especially their physical media. PS5 might be my last gaming console. Yeah, they're doing a new, they're putting out a new version of the PS5 that's supposed to be just ridiculously expensive, right? October 10th. Okay, I knew it was right in that spooky season time. October 10th. Well, okay, so now I've got it on lock. 1968. 1968 was a wild year, man. Martin Luther King and Bobby Kennedy. And then Raymond was born that fall. So we got a little bit of good news there. Christine, what's happening? Yes, he got, I mean, they're all getting me, Christine. I've gotten one of these right. 1 out of 5, who's keeping track? I mean, I'm not, because it's embarrassing to me. So feel free, you guys can embarrass me. I'm sure Ashley has got the ticker at some point. You know, she'll be keeping track. What am I, 1 for 5, I think? I don't know, maybe 1 for 6. You know, it's just like you fall in love with something like horror, and it's just, I don't know, it feels, to fall in love with something that's so like niche and kind of like on the fringes of society. I mean, it's not that serious, you know, but like when you fall in love with something that's just not so mainstream, although, you know, certain horror things are a little more mainstream, it just feels really special, you know? I think it's one of the things that like just helps the community just naturally. The people in the horror community are so friendly with one another and so welcoming and accepting of one another. And I think it's because all of us sort of feel like we're really into this thing that like not a lot of people understand or care to understand. And maybe people have made you feel weird for liking it, you know, in your life. So yeah, I love that we can just all have that commonality, you know, here. And I mean, I enjoyed it as a audience member of YouTube for so long before jumping in and deciding to, you know, start my own thing here. So it's like, yeah, it's a powerful, powerful thing. Which film was Stephen King's only directed feature film? Oh, I do know this one. This one is Maximum Overdrive, Dominic, right? Maximum Overdrive. And like, it's so famous. If you guys have not seen the trailer to Maximum Overdrive, like the one that's just Stephen King talking at the camera, like all coked up, and the camera's just zooming in on him, and they're playing the Halloween 3 Season of the Witch music, which I think is actually pretty cool, very fitting. It's a really bizarre but kind of cool trailer if you haven't watched it. Oh my gosh. I mean, my first guess would be Howdy Doody, but maybe there's another doll that I don't know about. But I mean, like red hair, the freckles, I would say like Howdy Doody would be my guess. Although I guess you could say Raggedy Ann or Raggedy Andy, I guess. Maybe Raggedy Andy, because that could be where the name Andy came from. But yeah, I could see either or. Yeah, well, they're basically like, hey, anything that comes out or has been coming out, like, we won't stop the physical media for those games, but the new games as of January 2028 will not have it. Yeah. Tony, what's happening, man? I love it. I hope you liked it on the Facebook side, and now you're liking it over on the YouTube side. Welcome on in, man. Hopefully you didn't miss my whole, I rolled out the red carpet for you there, Tony. I gave the whole story. Brock Savage, what's happening? Brock says, which horror icon appeared on WCW Monday Nitro? Oh man, I stopped watching wrestling in 1991. So I'm closing my eyes to see if I can picture some horror icon. Horror icon appeared on WCW Monday Nitro. I don't know why. Pinhead? I don't know. I'm going to look that one up. I'm going to look that up because I need to know the answer now. Which horror icon appeared on WCW Nitro? Chucky. Fucking Chucky. You've got to be kidding me. Oh, he did was it like an intro? Okay. I thought you meant like Chucky, like they like dropped a Chucky doll into the fucking ring. That would be hilarious. All right, Brock, you got me, man. Good one. It's you know, it's all right. I'm missing all of them anyways. I'm just gonna, when people answer them for me, I will cheat. I will cheat and I will take them. Names of Chief Brody's two sons in Jaws. So Mike is the oldest son, and then Sean is the younger son. Yes, right? Yeah, Mike and Sean. Thank you for giving me a softball, Ashley. I appreciate you. Thank you, thank you. And here I thought you were going to just come and swing in with the toughest question ever. Antonis dropping another $5 super chat. And guys, we reached our super chat goal. I will go live on America's birthday, 250th birthday of these United States, christened by God himself. We'll be doing a late night stream that night, Saturday, July 4th. And I will create a poll over on the page for you guys to vote on what you want to do. So I'll probably do like a Jaws watch party, or I don't know what else. I don't know. We'll just have to do some, you know, crazy shit, you know. We'll sign some declarations and stuff like that. Antonis, thank you so very much for the $5, man. Thank you for dropping, I think 3 of those, or a couple of them. 3 of them. Antonis, thank you so very much, man. What a guy. Drops a super chat and doesn't even, he's like, you know what? Yeah, you don't need to say anything. You know, you just, here's the $5. Name a punk man with a cello player. Yeah, Absent Minds. There it is, guys. Yes, we had a cello player, Mr. Isaac Hayden. It was fun. It was, you know, the cello could be like a second guitar, or if we played it like a ska type song, it could be like horns. It was really cool. It's a beautiful instrument. We did it. Yes. Yes. Absolutely. Does Murder by Death have a cello as well? Cursive, I don't know if you'd call Cursive a punk band, but they have a cello. There you go. Isn't it crazy? It says 80 or 81 is what Google's AI told me. So, but he must have, it sounds like the Frankenstein role was the first like major role he had, but maybe not. I would imagine he would have been in something else before that. Although, you know, they just caked him in makeup. So they're probably like, we need a really tall, skinny guy. You know, we just need a dude that looks sort of freakish, you know, let's be honest. I'm not saying he's like, it's bad or anything. It's just sometimes it works out for an actor to look a little odd, you know, get those roles. My question for you, what was the one proper horror film that made it into my top 100? Oh, proper horror film. That worries me when you say proper. I'm like, it could be Psycho. It could be something like Eyes Without a Face. Could be Carnival of Souls. But you got such a classy taste. Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde? Perhaps? It's totally cool. You could be cheeky. This is the day. You guys can totally, you know, fuck with me all night here. They all played sisters in the show. Wait, did you give the answer and I missed it? Oh, so they're all the mains. They're all the mains. I don't know. I remember, like I said, I remember the show existing. I probably saw little bits on like reruns during the summer when I was a kid, but I don't ever remember. Like I can picture the dad and that's it. But it seemed crazy that he had like 10 kids that were all the same age. are all like, I'm like, how are the 10 kids like that? Like, this is like the most precise fucking and baby popping out of manufacturing I've ever heard in my life. Which Rob Zombie song plays in the beginning of Bride of Chucky? Living Dead Girl? Is it Living Dead Girl, Antonis? I think it is. I think it is. Which Rob Zombie song plays at the beginning of Bride of Chucky? Yes, it is Living Dead Girl. Because I think, does he have a second song in that movie? He might have another song in that movie. But I remember that one being at the beginning. Awesome. Well, if it's Child's Play related, I can get it, you know, ish. I still don't know, though, what the alternate death for Maggie was. Billy, did you throw that in the chat? Did I totally miss you? If I missed it, please feel free to drop it in there again. Huge Boris fan. He was in so many silent films. It was spotted while eating at the studio cafeteria. His bone structure. Okay, yeah, because he's just got, you know, it's like the Doug Jones guy that plays all those creatures. There's something about his physicality that just, you know, he just looks a little uncanny valley, and Boris for sure. Yeah, same kind of thing. So incredibly thin. Boris, you know, so incredibly thin. All right, Jamie's got one. What was the name of the priest in Amityville Horror 2, The Possession? Oh, I've seen the movie one time. Oh my gosh, it's so good though. I'll probably have to rewatch it this fall, Jamie, because I really loved it. I like it better than the original for sure. And it's, you know, it's perfect. If you're an Evil Dead fan and you haven't seen Amityville Horror 2, you should check it out because it's got a little, like, the effects are very reminiscent of that. But it's still more of a little bit kind of religious possession, but sort of not. I'm just stalling here because I have no idea. Name of the priest in Amityville Horror 2. Father Mick something. Mick Irish priest. Father Mick Irish priest. Jamie, I have no idea. We'll look it up here. Name of the priest in Amityville 2. Father Frank Adamski. Is that how you say it? Is it you say Adamski or Adamski? Adamski. Adamski. Okay. Yeah, there you go. Another one. What is that? 2 for 8? I don't even know. Who was Frankenstein's monster replaced? Glenn Strange, the OG monster in the one scene in Abbott. Who was Frankenstein? Who replaced Glenn Strange as the monster in one scene of Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein? Was it Bela Lugosi? Because I know he played him in a couple movies. I know he's in he was in Meet the Wolfman, and then he was in another. I think he played the Frankenstein's monster twice. It's either Bela Lugosi or Lon Chaney. I don't know which one. I actually haven't seen the Abbott and Costello Meet movies. They have a few of those, don't they? Now for a proper question, Ryan Gosling appeared in the TV adaptation of which Goosebumps book? Oh my gosh, I don't know. I didn't see any of that Goosebumps show. I was like just old enough to where Goosebumps wasn't something I was ever into. Are You Afraid of the Dark was sort of like that helped usher me in my I was probably like 9 or 10 when Snick started on Nickelodeon. I don't know. David, you'll have to tell me. A hot tub death scene, Billy? Really? That was Maggie was going to die in a hot tub? Where? Like Chucky was going to follow her home or something? I'm glad if that's what you're talking about, I'm glad they did it the way they did. I like how it sets up like a bit of a question of whether or not Andy's responsible. I like that. Originally died in the bathtub, which was used later. Oh, got bathtub, not a hot tub. Okay, I get what you're saying though. Gotcha. But they used in Bride of Chucky when he kills Tiffany. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I had no idea. That's wild. Of course I'm keeping score. I'm sure he would. I mean, I could take a stab at it. I could say like Amanda Weiss. Or Wiss, if that's how she says her name. So let's say Amanda Weiss. Tuesday Night. And what's another name of a Nightmare on Elm Street actress that for some reason I can't think of? Oh my gosh, what's her freaking name? I'm totally blanking now on the Lisa something? I don't know. Leto would know the answer. He would know the answer. This is great. Honestly, guys, here's my biggest worry going into the stream. My biggest worry was that you guys would show up and be like, we have to ask you questions. This is so dumb. And that people just wouldn't participate. That was my biggest worry. So getting asked like actual difficult questions, I love it, because when I try to look up trivia just for the fun of it or for a stream or something like that, I always think that it's way too easy. So I love that you guys are digging deep and finding some tough ones, you know, that I think would be tough unless people, you know, like Tia's question. Yeah, Leto might get that one because A Nightmare on Elm Street is his favorite franchise. And yeah, so he might end up getting that one. But it's like a lot more specific like that. The priest in Phantasm, Kenneth Teagar, starred on what old telly sitcom? Oh my goodness. Old telly sitcom. What, is it a UK show? Or is it a US show? Because Phantasm, that's late 70s, 79, I think, is the first Phantasm. So I'm trying to think like, you know, TV shows before the 80s. I know a few, I guess. Old telly sitcom. I don't know. I have no idea. Yeah, that is a very pinpointed, difficult question there. Because you have, not only do you have to know the horror side, you have to know like television that must have been 70s or 60s, right? Yeah. I had the biggest crush on Emilio Estevez back in the day, so I've seen all those movies, including Repo Man. Repo Man's really good. Yeah. Chucky was based on Robert the Doll, a haunted doll in Florida. It's like maybe I've heard the name Robert the Doll, but I'm just like, yeah. Well, I'm glad they made Chucky, because it doesn't seem like Robert the Doll's story is very interesting, right? If Chucky got a movie first, then Robert the Doll must not be very cool. Must be pretty lackluster, Robert. Yeah, I'm talking shit to a haunted doll. Bring it. Come on, Annabelle. What the fuck you gonna do? Just kick you across the street? And then run away. What was the film that inspired the original Godzilla film? The film that inspired the original Godzilla film. Would it be like, didn't they have a movie called Jurassic Park that was like from the 20s or 30s or something like that? I'm trying to think of one of those old, like, not Lost Continent, because that's a movie that's made fun of on Mystery Science Theater, but like Land of the Lost kind of thing or something like that. I don't know, Dominic. You'll have to tell me. The most haunted doll. Oh my gosh. I'm going to look Robert up. Is Robert even scary? Robert the doll. Thanks for specifying that you're Robert the doll. I was worried you were going to be Robert the cat. Reportedly haunted 40-inch tall turn of the century doll made of fabric and stuffed with straw. Sounds like a total nightmare. Guys, people used to make these things for fun. Oh, so they made a movie, Legend of Robert, which, by the way, the doll doesn't look anything like the actual Robert the doll. Robert the doll looks adorable. Just a little sailor costume, you know. He's got some pock marks in his face, you know. He's a little worse for the wear, but he's old, right? Yeah, it's very bizarre though, holding the dog. Yeah, okay. Robert the doll. How about it, you know? I still think Chucky's creepier. Which of the latest Scream movies opening pays an homage to Scream 2's opening? Which of the latest Scream movies opening pays an homage to Scream 2's opening? Pays an homage to Scream 2's opening. Huh. I'm even like, now I'm like, it's been a while since I've seen Scream 7, and I'm like, so Scream 7 opens up with people going to the friggin', gotcha, going to the Airbnb. Okay. Latest Scream movies based on. Man. Scream 6? I don't even know. How does it pay an homage to Scream 2's opening? Is there some... Scream 6? I'll say Scream 6. Thanks, Ashley. I mean, it is pretty... Like, the longer you look at it, the more weird it gets. Yeah. That is a softball question. Yeah. Return of the Living Dead does end on the 4th. It's true. Yeah. We could watch that. I think I just did one though last year. I did a watch party last year because it was the 40th anniversary. So yeah. Independence Day. Well, Paula, I have to do a horror movie here. I guess I don't have to. I worry that YouTube is gonna like punish me if I do stuff that's like not horror related. And plus, like, all the Jaws stuff that I did on the channel previously, I hid on the channel for reasons that should be obvious to those who have been around. So I might, I want to jump in and do some more Jaws stuff. So we'll see though. Let's see what else we got. While Boris Karloff's Mummy is part of the Universal trio, it differs from the others in an important way. What was different about its conception? The Mummy is not based on a novel, right? So Dracula and Frankenstein are both based on, or novellas, I think they technically are both. Yeah, the Mummy is not based on a novel. That would be my answer there. What horror sequel does the killer use an electric guitar as his weapon? That is Slumber Party Massacre 2. Slumber Party Massacre 2. Boom! There we go. That's what's up. That's what's up. I think I got it. Or I got which one? Amanda Weiss. Gosh, what is the Lisa chick's name? Tuesday Night. I'm gonna look it up because now I'm just like, now I need to know. Which 3 A Nightmare on Elm Street actresses were in Just the 10 of Us? It's my favorite part of the stream, guys, is dictating to you what I'm typing. Oh, Heather Langenkamp was on that show? Joanne Willette and Brooke Thies. Wow, yeah, I was way off. See, that's how much I don't remember that show, that I had no idea Heather Langenkamp was on the show. But there she is. Oh no, it's not the guy that did Pumbaa. He was the guy, he was in Saved by the Bell when they go to the beach. Okay. I'm just seeing, like, do I recognize anyone else from this show? Don't think so. Man, it's a lot of kids. 10 people in a household. My dad's the oldest of 9. 9 kids. I think so. Because they're destroying me, dude. Welcome on in, Fantastic Oracle. Psycho. Okay. Whew. I was like, is that too easy and obvious, though? The legend of Robert the Doll is that if you don't ask permission from him to take a photo, he will curse you. Got you. How do you, so just asking is enough though? Or is it like you have to ask him and then if the head moves, it's okay? I heard I could come fuck with Davey and nearly tripped getting here. What's happening, Susie? Guys, Susie is a good friend. What a lovely gal. Follow Susie Von Slaughter everywhere, guys. Not physically, just on the social media and stuff like that. Welcome on in, Susie. I'm sure you've got a tough question for me that I will not be able to answer. There you go. Man, see, I totally missed that show. I mean, I know it existed, but yeah. Because if I ever watched it like in any meaningful manner, I would totally have remembered that Heather Langenkamp was on that because she's so, she just stands out. Good old spit take. Yes, take your bow, Susie. What was Jason Voorhees' original name supposed to be? I think it was supposed to be Josh. Did they have a different last name? If so, I don't remember what the last name was supposed to be, but I think originally the first name was going to be Josh or Joshua, however you want to slice it. I wish I could get down with that new Rob Zombie stuff. I haven't heard that newest song, but I listened to like the 2 or 3 previous singles from that new record. I just, I don't know. It's just not my style. That's okay though. I mean, I dig like him as an artist, like, but just not my stuff. Susie. Yes, it's true. She's here. She is here. Who played Dana Freeling in Poltergeist? I don't remember the actress's name. I do know that she unfortunately, I believe she tragically passed away. I believe she was killed. Super sad story. That the whole Poltergeist thing, there's just all sorts of weird juju there. John Carpenter stars as a horror host character in the anthology Body Bags. What was his character's name? I've seen the movie once. I enjoyed it. It would have been cool if it were I think they wanted it to be like a TV show. I think that's what they originally wanted it to be. What was his character's name? I love that my background music is now like the Jeopardy music. Ben, I don't know. I have no idea. Dr. Death. Yeah, it's so much better, yeah. And I'm so far behind on the chat. How about that? I'm sure it was the universe and not anyone texting you to, show up and try to embarrass me or anything. I'm sure it wasn't. Hey, I know you. I know you from being my best friend. Question, who was the owner of Spooky Island in the live-action Scooby-Doo movie? Prize, a movie you despise that I'll watch next week. Who was the owner? Yeah, I don't remember. I remember like Scrappy-Doo being like the supposed villain or something in that movie. I do not remember who owned the Spooky Island. No, that's another movie I've only seen once. I watched those Scooby-Doo movies like 2 years ago, something like that. I was hoping they would be a lot better than they were, unfortunately. I mean, I think the casting is really cool and all that. I just like, yeah, they don't, to me, they don't feel like the cartoon. It feels so removed and like, Josie and the Pussycats was amazing. And then Scooby-Doo is just sort of like to me. Lon Chaney Jr. Okay. I was like, Bella, or maybe it was Lon, because I know Lon played him once. I'm going to count that one. I'm going to count that one for me. That's a win. Lon Chaney counts. Of course, Joshua counts. So boom. There. For you keeping track there, Ashley. Say cheese and die. Okay. Yeah, Goosebumps is like totally over my head. Like I would see Goosebumps at like friends' houses if they had siblings, like younger siblings. But yeah, I didn't ever read those. Watched Snick back in the day because I had to babysit my younger brother, so I know all those shows. Roundhouse was like my favorite. Like, I love Roundhouse so much. And I mean, Are You Afraid of the Dark? Fantastic. I was there for Snick in the early days, so this is like before all that. You know, that was a couple years after, or maybe just right after I stopped watching. But yeah, that initial push for Snick was really, really something. Well, I know his first like major role is TCM2. I don't know his very first appearance. Now, in his first appearance, did he have a speaking part? I don't know. Maybe he was just a background guy. I don't know, but I know that like the first like starring role would be Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. Oh, he was in Barney Miller. I've heard of the show Barney Miller. I don't even know what it's about. But it's so funny. I had a friend named, we haven't been in contact in some while, but one of my good buddies growing up in Juneau's name's Barney. What was the name of the short horror film made by Ari Aster? I don't know, but did I just watch this recently? I'm just going to look it up because I don't know the answer. Ari Aster short film. Oh, this is on my watch list, but I've not seen it yet. The Strange Thing About the Johnsons. Okay. Just about 30 minutes. All right. Caused a massive stir. All right. I will have to watch it. American psychological horror explores a highly taboo, subversive familial dynamic. I'm worried about what that means. Interesting. Okay. I will have to check that out. It is on my watch list, Tia. That's why I was like, oh man, I know this is familiar. I know I can't think of the name. But I was like, I feel like this is a movie I either have watched recently or put on my watch list. Oh yeah, The Lost World. That's what I meant. Yep. Yeah. Well, there was one Robert that already tried to curse me and it didn't work out. So I don't think Robert the Doll is going to work either. So there you go. Beast from 20,000 Fathoms. All right. Thank you so much, Dominic. That's a good one. And I was way off, even if I'd said The Lost World, as David corrected me there. That is exactly what I meant. Yeah. What's happening, Jeff? Welcome on in. Hope you're doing well. One of our great channel members there. Barbara Steele was the wife of Vincent Price in which of his 1960s horror films? The House on Haunted Hill? Is that right? That's like the one that stands out to me, the husband-wife thing. Who played Vincent Price's wife in... Yep, there we go. No, it's Carol Omart. Oh, fuck you, Carol. Oh, you bitch. You bitch. All right, let's see. What, Barbara Steele? Barbara Steele, Vincent Price wife movie. Let's see, Google, put it all together for me. The Pit and the Pendulum. All right. That must be the one you're talking about. There we go. I have not seen that movie. I know. Scream 7, a couple attends a stab event. The boyfriend pranks his girlfriend in a ghost face. Okay. She mistakes the real killer for someone else and is killed. He's stabbed through the head. Yeah. That's you're dead on. Saying it is very similar. I don't know why I didn't put that together. That's good shit. That is good shit. Question for you though, T. Parker, and this is not a trivia question, but how did they not notice the like disassembled like robot all over the floor in the room when they walked into the room? Like in one of the shots, you can see that the robot was like taken apart and is like lying there on the floor. So it's not even like a movie logic thing where they just like removed it from the set and it's like nowhere to be found now. It's like it's in there in the shot and they walk into the room and they don't notice in their periphery that there's like the robot lying on the ground or whatever. It's very interesting. That's very interesting. But that's a good trivia question, man. That is a good trivia question. I think Scream 2 has, I don't know, is it a better opening than the first movie? I don't know. It's so tough to even think about it, like, because the original is just so impactful, and it is the original. It like set the standard. But I think it's safe to say that the opening to Scream 2 is the best opening in the franchise if you remove that first movie. And I even think it's up for debate with the first movie. So there you go. There you go. What 1999 horror movie stars Owen Wilson, Catherine Zeta-Jones, and Liam Neeson? That is The Haunting. Yes, The Haunting. What's her face is in there too? Lily, whatever her last name is. Yeah, that movie, I remember. So that one and The House on Haunted Hill both came out in 99. I felt like The Haunting was so like soft, you know, compared to House on Haunted Hill, which is just gritty and a bit more like kinetic and a bit more vibrant and just like dark and disturbing. And The Haunting felt like it was trying to play it like it was a classical horror movie, you know, almost like taking it a little too seriously. But speaking of taking it too seriously, you know, and the antithesis of that, doesn't he get like crushed by like a giant statue, or like something falls, like a piece of a statue falls, some weird thing crushes him, if I remember correctly. Yeah. That's wild. What a cast in that movie. And that was before Owen Wilson was, you know, he had been in like Bottle Rocket, but he hadn't popped as like an actual star. He was just like the funny side character, you know, in that movie. He probably said stuff like, "Oh, wow. Does one of the Purge sequels take place during the fourth?" I think so. I never watched those movies, but I think one of them does. Yeah. Thank you, Jamie. Yeah. Is that a trivia question? I'm gonna answer it. It is a trivia question. Yes, it's bad. However, there's still enjoyment that you can get from Thanksgiving. Yeah, it is. I don't think it's trying to be good. I think Thanksgiving ends up being exactly what it wants to be, and it's pretty fun. Yeah. Which actor in TCM 03 got his start on Unsolved Mysteries? Is it the guy that plays Leatherface, Andrew Bierzinski? Is that his last name? I'm just trying to think, because like, I mean, I guess it could be somebody like Jessica Biel or Eric Balfour, but like they would have been like children in Unsolved Mysteries, like, which is totally possible. I don't know, Paula. I don't know. You'll have to tell me. What Saw character was on the telly show Becker? Saw. Oh, just like actor that played on Becker. That was Ted Danson, right? From the original movie? Are you only talking about the original film? Russell, could you resubmit your question and let me know which film you're talking about? And you mean an actor, or is there an actual character from the Saw franchise that's in the show? but there we go. Shawnee Smith. Billy got it right away. Cool. I'll take it. I don't know if Robert moves his head for permission, but there have been people who didn't ask for permission and they felt ill or had some bad luck befall them. Okay. I mean, I've had a pretty shitty day and I didn't ask or take any pictures with any dolls. But it's been a funny day where, like, not shitty. It's just been a funny day where, like, all the little ways that the universe can be like, hey, joke's on you, bud. Joke's on you. It's been that way today. Absolutely. And I was like, that's one of the reasons why my big fear was that I was going to hit live and you guys were going to be like, we ain't got no fucking questions. So me not knowing a lot of the questions, what a relief. What a relief. Let's see what else we got here. He was the coroner. Oh, because his gimmick would be was he would open the body bags and tell the people, or tell how people died for each segment. Okay. Yeah, I didn't. So they didn't give him a clever name. They just called him the coroner, like the crypt keeper. Gotcha. Gotcha. Oh, her name is. What's her first name? Billy? Something Dune. Yeah, it's pretty sad stuff there. I'm in charge of points here, buddy, not you. Well, it is my stream, so. Raymond liked watching Return of the Living Dead on the 4th of July. It is the perfect, like the night of the 3rd or the day of the 4th. Perfect time to watch it. And yeah, last year, 85 was the 40th anniversary. Yeah. I mean, we can certainly like do something Return of the Living Dead related, but it would be I'll put some options, guys, in the poll for y'all. But if it's something like a watch party, it would be Jaws. And then if it was a discussion, we could work in some other kind of theme or something like that. You did stump me, Paula. But did you tell me the answer? Which actor was it? Which one was it? I need to know. In Blue Velvet, what color shoes was Dorothy wearing while Jeffrey was hiding in the closet? Oh, I've seen this movie one time too. Jamie. What color shoes was Dorothy wearing? This is like a double trick question. Do I say red because then it's like Wizard of Oz, or is that just too obvious and they're actually blue, but is that too obvious because the word blue is in the title of the movie? I don't know, Jamie. I don't know. I guess I should I'll just take a stab at it. I'll just say red. Fuck it. Which horror film has Loretta Swit in it? I don't know. I've never heard of that person before. Which actor made one of his earliest film appearances as a masochistic dental patient in the original Little Shop of Horrors? Answer, Jack Nicholson. Well, yeah, I would have gotten that one if you let me answer it. What happened there? Ashley. You're talking about Andrew Bernzinski or whatever his name is, right? Shivers. Have I seen Shivers? Oh, I haven't. Is Shivers a Cronenberg movie? Shivers. Is it Cronenberg? I think it is. Yeah, I keep on. Yeah, his first directorial debut. Feature directorial debut. Okay. I have been interested in watching this one for months over on the Discord. And every time I put it in one of the polls, Russell, for people to vote on, it gets like no votes. And David Cronenberg has never let me down. It's his first movie. Maybe it's not as good as his other movies. Even if his movies are like, I mean, his movies are super out there, but for whatever reason, they just hit me the right way. And I really like the practical effects. So yeah, maybe I should just watch Shivers, even though no one else seems into it. I don't know. But you already put the answer in there. Oh no, you probably deleted it from YouTube, but the stupid thing about StreamYard is they won't delete it. So I'm sorry, Ashley. I'm sorry. I would have gotten it though. I do know that answer. But you know, feel free to hit me again with another Little Shop question. I do not know. Which show? Would have been early 80s. I don't know. One of the Happy Days spinoffs, like Joni Loves Chachi or something like that. Yeah, it's just so on StreamYard, it doesn't remove anything. So like I see, you know, it's too bad. Was Matthew McConaughey in there too? Well, that's so. Wait, how much Texas Chainsaw Massacre and Unsolved Mysteries crossover are we looking at here? Because that's Next Generation, and then what? There's got to be something for the remake, right? I'm not sure. Was it a horror movie? Kind of looking for horror trivia, but I don't know, unless Raging Bull is his first movie, which I doubt it. I don't think I know of anything earlier. Taxi Driver, Raging Bull, which one was earlier? I don't even know. Oh, so he wasn't in the 03 remake, Paula. He was in, McConaughey was in The Next Generation from like 96 or whenever that came out, something like that. Yeah. Out of the well, but they both walk in from different parts of or different entries of that room. I'm like, oh, they would have seen that. Come on. Davey, what Buffy the Vampire Slayer Easter egg was in Ready or Not 2? Oh shit. Buffy the Vampire Slayer Easter egg in Ready or Not 2. I mean, was there like a steak in there? I don't know, because they've got the ring, but the ring was like the familial ring. I don't think that's anything from Buffy. I don't know. Was there a steak? Man, I really wanted Ready or Not 2 to be better. That was pretty disappointing. Had fun tonight. Thank you all. I planted hollyhocks, brown-eyed Susans, and bachelor buttons on Raymond's grave, so he has a pretty garden. That is so lovely, Shelly. Thank you for spending some time with us tonight. I hope you have a good rest of your evening. Hop in anytime you want to hang out. We are always here for you. We love you, Shelly. Take care. Thank you, Russell. Happy Canada Day to the folks in Canada. Hope you guys are enjoying. What is it? You know, there's got to be a significance of it. And Canada Day just sounds like it's, you know, for anyone that's not in Canada, it's like, oh, what does that mean? Like the day that you like decided you guys were going to be a country? Is it the day, like, was there a battle that was won? Like, what, you know, what made Canada Day? What made July 1st Canada Day? What was the video game that inspired Backrooms? Doom? I don't know. Doom? I mean, that's the first thing that, you know, stands out to me as far as just the way the Backrooms kind of look. Well, then it's the full moon's fault for coming too early. And really, for me, it was just like a bunch of these little annoying things where I'm just like, oh my God, like it is the coin flip is going in fuck Davey direction all day. I could not, the littlest things I couldn't catch a break on. I was just like, oh my God, and I'm sitting there getting like, before eating dinner, I'm like getting out of the shower and I'm like, oh my, like, please don't have anything catastrophic happen during the, during the stream tonight. The shoes are not blue. They are red. Oh, thank fuck. God, see, even I'm all shell shocked now with these questions that even the ones that are like, I'm thinking everything's a trick question, you know? Which singer appeared in the 1999 House on Haunted Hill opening? Oh, which singer? Which singer? Fuck. I love this movie. I saw it a couple years ago. Like, I revisited it a couple years ago. Probably, yeah, in 2024 for like its 25th anniversary. Fuck, I can't for the life of me think of like a singer that's in that opening. And it must be somebody, because there's like a breakout or a, you know, all the, you know, asylum folks, the patients, all basically escape and kill the staff and everything like that. And it's got to be one, you know, somebody that just sort of like sneaks in there. I don't know. I can't think of anyone that would be in there. Fuck. Like it's not Rob Zombie. It's got to be some sort of like dirty, creepy rocker. Alice Cooper? I don't know. It's okay. It's okay. We're just having fun. But yeah, StreamYard doesn't delete. Especially when you put the answer in yourself. Ashley. Bloody Mama with Shelley. Yeah, I never heard of that one. Yeah. Well, I'm not going to count that one against me because I was thinking it was the 03 remake, Paula. But if you told me Next Generation, I guess that's a little bit easier because I would just say Matthew McConaughey because I don't know any of the other actors' names in that movie. Lana Turner was in the 1941 remake of which classic horror film? 41 remake of which classic horror film? Is that Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde? Because I think the Spencer Tracy version is a 41 version. I think. Could be wrong. The first one's fun, Russell. The first one's really fun. The second one is just like more of the same, kind of, you know. It doesn't really change enough. But the first one's like totally worth a watch. A really good, like by itself, really good one. What year did the Amityville Horror with Ryan Reynolds come out? Oh my God. I haven't seen that one. I'm going to say 06? 2006? Let's see. That's such a shot in the dark. Ryan Reynolds, Amityville. 2005. Fuck me. Even my guess can't even be that. Come on. Portal 1 and 2. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah. How many number of times has John Carpenter worked with Donald Pleasance? Well, John Carpenter personally worked with him. The times that I know of, I haven't seen every John Carpenter movie, but the original Halloween, the original Escape from New York, and then he's in Prince of Darkness. So I'm going to say 3, but again, I haven't seen every single John Carpenter movie. So I don't know if he's in Assault on Precinct 13. I haven't seen that one. But I think those 3 out of the ones I've seen, those are the 3 that I know of. Let's see here. Oh, Lisa Loeb. All right. I mean, I love that song. Yeah. She's a fucking cutie too. Like nerdy cutie. Yeah. I liked Lisa Loeb. I don't even mind. I love when they make fun of her on Mystery Science Theater 3000. Like she sneaks in they're like, we're having such a tough time with security. Even Lisa Loeb snuck in. And they do a really awesome parody of her. Bridget Nelson, Mike Nelson's wife on the show, who's fucking hilarious, plays Lisa Loeb on there, and she is pretty awesome. Yeah. What siblings were in all? Oh, I don't think these are Walking Tall. I'm gonna stick with the horror questions, Russell. I've never seen Walking Tall or Devil Times 5. Lisa Loeb plays a reporter at the theme park. I guess it's technically not the opening. Oh, gotcha. See, I was thinking like one of the inmates or whatever, you know, one of the patients. But yeah, I mean, whatever. It's if it's before the title, it's the opening, right? If it's after the title, it's just part of the movie then. So I don't know. It's been a couple years since I've seen it though, but I can't remember. But man, Jeffrey Rush as like looking exactly like Vincent Price, amazing. Like, I don't know why Jeffrey Rush didn't play. He should have played. They should have just made a handful of movies where he looks just like that, and they just did movies like the ones that Vincent Price would be in. I would have been down for that. Yeah, I was so close. So close. Never seen it, but still so close. Ursula stakes Grace. Okay. I'm going to count it. I'm going to count it because the Easter egg is the steak. There we go. Grace! Just makes me think of that creepy, what's that guy's name? That creep from Beetlejuice and Ferris Bueller's Day Off. What's his name? Jeffrey, whatever. Ugh. Creeper. What was the original Fun World name for the Ghostface mask? 2 options. They called it, it was like Peanut Eyed Killer or Peanut Eyed Ghost or something like that. I think that, I know the name has Peanut Eyed like in the name. Who directed the 2026 psychological thriller Mother Mary with Dreamboat Anne Hathaway? You know, you don't have to editorialize what you think of Anne Hathaway's looks in the question there, Princey New. I don't know who directed that movie. I totally missed it. It was here in town. There was like maybe one weekend that it was here, and it was all the way across the city. So even though it looked interesting to me, like if it were a half hour away, I would have found a way to watch it. But I'm not going to drive like 2.5 hours round trip, you know, just for a guess. Leif Garrett and his sister, Dawn and Lynn, and Devil Times 5 is a creepy kids horror. Okay, I've never seen that one. Yeah. It is totally worth revisiting, Tia. I mean, I think it's really fun. Like, what they're going for in that movie, like, I totally get the vibe that they're shooting for. I think they nail it. And I don't know. I mean, fuck, dude. You got Famke Janssen, Taye Diggs, Chris Kattan, who plays he's perfectly cast as the character he's playing in that movie. Bridget Wilson is in it, who played Sonya Blade in the first Mortal Kombat movie. She's also in Billy Madison. She played Veronica Vaughn. I mean, Jeffrey Rush, you know, it's so many. What's his face from fucking, oh my God, what's it? The guy with the big eyebrows that was in American Beauty, but he was also in the OC. He played the dad in OC. What's his name? I want to say Peter something, but I don't know. Peanut-Eyed Ghost or Weeping Ghost. All right, sweet. Peanut-Eyed Ghost. There we go. Blair Witch 2 Book of Shadows opens with Marilyn Manson's Sweet Dreams. What song was it originally supposed to open with? Ooh. Not the original Sweet Dreams. Was it supposed to open up with the original Eurythmics Sweet Dreams? I'm trying to think of a movie that or a song that has that kind of feel, similar to Sweet Dreams. I don't know. I'm just gonna take a shot in the dark. Love Will Tear Us Apart by Joy Division. I don't know. Wes Bentley. Wait, what am I missing here? Wes Bentley directed the 2026 psychological. Did I miss a question, guys? Something about Wes Bentley? I don't know. What song by The Cure accompanied Brandon Lee's transformation in the 1994 classic The Crow? I don't know. I don't know, Prince. I still don't know who Kenneth Tigar is. Phantasm. Phantasm. That's what it was. Phantasm. Frank Sinatra, That Old Black Magic. Very interesting. Okay, so they went opposites. Oh no, sorry. I meant he's the one that's sleeping with Annette Bening. He's like Annette Bening's boss. He's the dad in the OC. Peter something, I think is the actor's name. But Wes Bentley, man, he's fucking crazy in a P2. Right? Is that what that Christmas horror movie? That's a good... That is like low-key, pretty awesome Christmas horror movie right there. It was The Cure's Burn. Number 2, is the movie called Number 2? Or Phantasm 2 is what you're talking about? Holy cow, am I all caught up on the chat? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, oh my damn, oh my goodness, they running ham. How about it, folks? Did I never showed that. I thought it was in there the whole time for people to vote on, but apparently no. You have to create it, you have to show it, then you have to hide it, then you have to stop it. It's a whole big mess. You know what? I'm just gonna say F it, and we're just gonna move on from that. That was like an hour ago, StreamYard. Thanks for nothing. Peter Gallagher, thank you so much. Yeah, big old eyebrows there, Peter Gallagher. He's so corny in the OC. I watched most of that show because the person that I was dating 25 years ago wanted to watch that show. You know, like you get stuck in that kind of thing. It's not like that good of a show. You know, it's not like it was terrible either, but it was just it's for chicks, you know what I mean? So I'm just sitting there trying to find something good about it other than just looking at the female actresses, because honestly I didn't even think that they were that special anyways. So that's what I take away from it, is Peter Gallagher with the big eyebrows. It's every time anything happened in the OC, he's like, we're family. That was like his answer to everything. It's just not an answer. What is the name of the ancient spider that possessed Katie in Lee Cronin's The Mummy? The Duddy. I have no idea. That movie, almost in one eyeball, out the other kind of thing, with Lee Cronin's The Mummy. It's not like it's a bad movie, but it's just very... an experience that just washed away from me almost immediately after I watched it. Yeah. Where was Videodrome filmed? Oh, fuck. I looked that up because I was so curious about it. Like, I watched Videodrome a few months ago? 3 months ago, maybe? Fuck. Oh my gosh. And I remember looking it up because, you know, since it's about like those signals and everything that are being sent through the airwaves. And it's not New York. Oh my gosh. I'm so frustrated now because I did see that one recently. It's like, it's not Chicago. I don't think it's Chicago. I don't think it's New York. I'm gonna say Pittsburgh. Maybe Philly. I don't know. I'm gonna say Pittsburgh. It's probably not right, but yeah. But we're family. Just, it's the solution to everything. Yeah. And it was like shitty Modest Mouse too. Let's be honest. Like, by the time Modest Mouse was on the OC, they were writing like disco songs, you know, like they were not even the band that, like, everything that made them popular, they have completely abandoned by the time they had a major label album deal. It was very bizarre. Very bizarre. But I do remember that happened. I mean, the OC was basically a way for the WB to like push the bands that were on their subsidiary record labels, right? It does have a catchy song. Yeah, the Jason Schwartzman's band put that one together. Love the OC. It's funny, when I was in the army out in the desert at war, we'd come back home at night and watch the OC every night. Bunch of soldiers around a small TV watching the OC in a war zone. That's pretty wild. Well, you know, you need something to sort of like take you away from all that, right? And it's, I mean, it's not like I sat there. It wasn't a torturous experience watching the show. I know that I wouldn't have like made that decision to watch the show for myself. But you know, my lady at the time was into it, and I was like, well, she does plenty, like, you know, I felt like it's only fair she shows interest, or at least participates in things that I enjoy, that, you know, not that kind of way, Ben, come on, not that way. You know, just all sorts of movies and music. So I figured I would help even the score a little bit. But yeah. Chum Music Studio and Toronto. Okay, Toronto. There you go. Well, Pittsburgh is like the Toronto of... Videodrome is really fun. It's pretty wild. It's a total mindfuck movie. The killer in Mindhunters was... I don't remember the character's name. It was Johnny Lee Miller is the killer in Mindhunters. And I should have known because he had a crappy accent, although I think that's just Johnny Lee Miller struggling to do an American accent. It was pretty bad. His accent's all over the place in that movie. Maybe it's supposed to be that way. I don't know. California. Davey, that's how I got into the X-Files back in the day, watching with the boyfriend at the time. Yeah. And here's the shame of it all. The two shows that I watched with that person, the OC and Smallville, I didn't finish either of them. Sucks. Totally sucks. Booyah. Yeah, I can't remember the guy's name. The character's name. Death to Videodrome. Long live the new flesh. That movie, like, I have to watch it again. You watch the movie and you're just like, what the fuck is going on? And you know, it's not really like there's an unreliable narrator in Videodrome, but it is just such a mind fuck. It was really good. Yeah, I like David Cronenberg's stuff. He fits that sweet spot of like, I can totally see how people would be like, oh, he's weird for the sake of being weird. Like, I totally get it. Like, you know, David Lynch is like Cronenberg in a different sort of way, but the two Davids, they both do some bizarre shit, and they both have like their defined styles. I'm not saying the two styles are similar. I just mean in the sense that like the people that love those two, one of those two Davids or both of those Davids, you know, you have to have a little bit of a unique taste to be into that, because they are pretty strange. But I love Cronenberg stuff. Like, he's one of those, like, I think I gave Videodrome like 4 stars. He's one of those guys where it's like any one of his, especially the movies of his that I haven't seen more than once, like, I should definitely go back and revisit. Like, I want to watch Scanners again. I really love that one. You know, I've seen The Fly a shitload. I love The Fly. So that's like the one that really sticks out to me. But yeah, Cronenberg has not let me down yet. Let's see what else we got here. Smallville was awesome, however, did not finish out the series. Yeah, there was like a season when he like moves to Metropolis and, you know, the red kryptonite comes into play, and they started to sort of lose me in like season 5 or 6, where I was just like, and then me and this girl broke up, and I was just sort of like, fuck it, I'm never finishing it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to get the fuck away from that. The sex scenes certainly are something in Videodrome. Now, that movie's wild. I think she did a pretty good job, like, just overall. You know, like, the acting was really well done. And yeah, in the 80s, they were a lot more free with that kind of stuff. I have not checked out Existence yet. But I know, yeah, that was like a mid-90s one, I think. We've definitely talked about that one here before, Jamie. Yeah, I know that for sure. Yeah, I mean, he's one of those filmmakers where I should just go through the whole catalog. Jennifer Jason Leigh, Jude Law, Willem Dafoe, Ian Holm. Oh my God, that's a pretty stellar cast there. I always thought Jennifer Jason Leigh was so friggin' cute in Fast Times. Yeah. Total girl next door. Last question for me. Who played Alice in the Resident Evil franchise? Well, that was Mila Jovovich, or however you say that in her native language. Jovovich, maybe, is how they say it? I don't know. Shivers, Scanners, and Rabid were great. Yeah, I've not seen Rabid, and I haven't seen Shivers. So, yeah, I mean, I'm gonna go back. I think I'm gonna do Shivers. What Shivers was what 80, 75. Fuck, dude, that's old as shit. Yeah, I gotta go watch that. Gotta go watch that. What's happening, Dave? Welcome on in, man. Hope you are having a great summer so far. Really do appreciate you jumping on in, guys. Dave made this amazing. Here, I'll move out of the way. Hopefully, it focuses a little bit. There you go. Dave made this incredible tombstone for me that's back there. It's got my old logo. There we are with the beard and the mohawk. And it says, I've been and will continue being Davey Deathray down there. It's amazing. Like, you can't even see all the beautiful detail with it being that far back. But there is a video on the page that you can check out if you want to see what it looks like up close. It was about a year ago or so, I think, when you sent that my way, Dave. I think, right? Because I think it was last summer. Thank you so much, man. David, have a good one, man. Thank you for being a channel member. Have a lovely, restful night. Actually have a copy of Shivers in my collection. I like it quite a lot. Yeah, and you know, I guess I just got to watch it myself or just put it on in the Discord. And if people join me, you know. But yeah, I don't know if it's like, I mean, it is 1975. It's his first movie. It looks like it's a little bit different, but let's see here. Foundational work in the body horror genre. Oh, okay. Plot follows a parasitic outbreak engineered by mad scientist Emil Hobbs to eliminate human intellect and replace it with primal sexual aggression. Oh, so it's about Fauci, and COVID. Okay. Got it. Just wanted to make sure. I'm just fucking around. All right. Produced by Ivan Reitman. Cool. I mean, I love body horror movies. And now Jamie's saying it's really good. And her and I see very eye to eye when it comes to body horror. So I'm thinking that I need to watch Shivers very, very soon. How about that? Slither took a lot from Shivers. Slither's really fun. That might be the best James Gunn movie right there, is Slither. Oh, look at it. We got Carrie from Carrie Crave Cinema jumping on in. Welcome, welcome, miss. One of our great channel members and Death Squad mods. Hope you're doing well there, Care Bear. The versions on YouTube are cut by 10 minutes, but also full version. What I will probably do, Russell, is sail the 7 seas on that one and find a version of it that seems to be like the uncut. Guys, speaking of uncut, we need to talk about Evil Dead 2013 really quick. I know this has nothing to do with trivia, but you guys kicked my fucking ass on trivia for over an hour and a half. So I watched Evil Dead 2013 this weekend with a lady. It was her first time ever seeing it. Oh my goodness. And we're sitting there watching it. I sailed the 7 seas. I grabbed it from one of my favorite sites, Flix Momo. Shout out Flix Momo. And I'm sitting there watching it. I'm like, I've seen this movie like 20 times. And I'm noticing things in this version that I've never seen before. Now, I have the original Blu-ray that was released, I think, just 5 or 6 months after the movie came out back in 2013. You know, whatever the first version was, picked up that version. I'm not sure if there's a different cut on that version. If there was, I thought I was watching like the unrated cut or the cut with all the extra stuff, you know. But I noticed there's all sorts of extra stuff in this version that we watched. Like the Deadites were being like a little funnier. They were talking more. Like Natalie says something to when Eric shoots her with the nail gun, when he like retaliates with the nail gun and she turns to him and she says something like, are you having fun, little man, or something. Like she just says something snarky. Like all that stuff, none of that was in the version that I've been watching time and time again. And yeah, there's just like little moments here and there. And I was like, how was I never, first off, I wasn't even aware that there was that, you know, that cut existed. So what's going on? Am I even an Evil Dead fan? Second off, it's just another example of how they fuck with us when they release physical media. They release physical media and they give you the one version of the movie. So you already went and watched the movie. You paid $15 to see the movie in the theater. Then the movie comes out on Blu-ray and you want it so bad because you love the franchise. So you spend what, at that time, I probably spent $25 on that Blu-ray. And so there we go. They got me for what, $50 now at that point, $40 at that point. And then what, I'm supposed to keep an eye out, and every time they release a fucking steelbook or something, I have to buy the movie all over again, $30 a pop every single time, to make sure that I get the little, like, the minute of stuff that wasn't in the original release. It's so fucking aggravating, and I hate it. I would say no. I would say the theatrical version of Evil Dead 2013 is better. And I'll pinpoint it, because the stuff that was in the added version. Oh, so there, even when Eric and David are talking, and Eric is like, look, that thing's in Mia, and like if it's attached itself to her, and if we like kill her, it'll take care of the whole thing. And David's like, well, maybe like it was just something in the, like something from the cats, like something infected her from all those cats from the witchcraft. And it's just that's what made Mia act that way. And then it cuts back to Eric, and he's like, well, what about Olivia and blah, blah. He names like everyone else. Like, that's not in the original movie. And we don't need that, because the next thing he says is he just laughs at David and says, oh, so you're just a fucking coward, which is way better to cut from the moment where David's trying to like rationalize something that can't be rationalized. And you skip Eric trying to convince him, and you just get right to Eric being like, you're a fucking coward, and that's why you can't deal with the truth. Because that's way more in line with the dynamic that they've set up between those two characters, with David having sort of abandoned his friends and his sister, and Eric being the first person talking about that. And like right away at the beginning of the movie, he has an issue with David because of it. So it made for a way better moment. It's a bit more concise. And then with the Deadites talking a little bit more, like when Natalie's going to cut off her arm, and Mia's singing the not another pee, time to go to like all that stuff. Like, that's not, I don't remember that from the theatrical version. And the theatrical version, she tells Natalie, she says, don't you cut it, bitch. Like, don't you cut it. And I think that's all Mia does when she's taunting her from the cellar. So I actually think, and then the whole Natalie thing, saying, like looking over and saying like, oh, do you want to play little man, or whatever the heck she says to Eric. Like, I was like, oh man, the less talking the Deadites do, the more I like it in this movie, because of the tone that they go for in Evil Dead 2013. I don't need them to be as jokey, because they're scarier to me when they're saying less. And it sort of makes it cooler that Mia is the only one that really like talks a lot, you know, because Olivia doesn't say anything. She's just like sawing her face away and stuff like that. And Natalie, I think she only talks when she transforms back. And she's like, why are you hurting me? Like, why does my face hurt? All that kind of stuff. So to me, like watching it, you know, this last weekend, those moments, it didn't like take away the appreciation that I have for the movie. But I did notice as I was watching the movie, I was like, well, I think it actually plays better without that. You know, I don't think there's anything wrong with those moments being put into the movie. I don't think they knock the movie down at all. But I just like it better. Very valid Davey rant. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, and it's probably only like, you know, I'm talking like a minute or two combined, like all the little, it's just little things here and there. And yeah, I'm pretty sure there's got to be some, I meant to look it up, but instead of looking it up, I'm just gonna like talk to you guys about it. I'm guessing the one I did a commentary on is the theatrical version, because I don't recall anything of what you mentioned. I know I love the movie even more watching it this time around. It is amazing. Evil Dead 2013 is incredible. And it's a movie that, even though I rank the first movie higher, I fully accept that Evil Dead 2013 is the most like technically impressive, best Evil Dead movie. But it's not my favorite, if that makes sense. Hopefully that makes sense. Yeah. There's the end of my very valid Davey rant. I mean, that's how big of a nerd. So it's weird. On the one hand, am I even a nerd for the franchise? Because I didn't know about this secret cut that adds in a minute of inconsequential shit. But then at the same time, I'm such a fan that, you know, sitting down watching it, I was like, oh, wait, that's not right. That wasn't in there before. What was that? Yeah. Anywho, rant over, end rant. What can I say? Guys, I just want to catch you up on a couple things. I did see Leviticus last night. I was too tired to shoot a short review. And when I got home, I was just like, I don't have it in me. But I did see Leviticus last night. I will put together a short non-spoiler review, just in case you haven't seen it. It's probably going to hit digital pretty quick here. And yeah, just wanted to let you know about that. T. Parker says Evil Dead 2013 unrated cut. That's what it is. Yeah, I mean, it's funny when they say unrated because they haven't rated the material. I don't think any of it was like added gore. I think all of it was just like added dialogue. Did some cardio. I'm back. You guys are still on. We are. I'm closing stuff out, Ismail, but I'll be back this weekend, bud, because you guys reached a super chat goal. We reached the 5 super chats of $5 or more. So I will be doing a late night stream on July 4th. That's Saturday. So I'm going to be putting a poll up on the community page. So guys, keep an eye out for that poll. I'll let all the folks in Discord know about it. I'll share the link to that so you can find it a little bit easier. But that'll just give me an idea of what you guys would be most interested in having as that stream for Saturday night. And then on Friday, I might put something together on Friday. I don't know, guys. I don't know. So I might do a little something on Friday. And then on Sunday, I'll be doing my daytime stream at 3 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. UK. That'll just be the chill. We're just hanging out stream. So plenty more fun to be had here this week. And I'm going to be shooting some other pre-recorded stuff tonight, tomorrow night. And yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens on Friday. Do I go live on Friday? Or do I shoot more stuff? Who knows? You have both cuts. Maybe I do, and I just chose to watch the theatrical version more. I don't know. What's happening, Airborne Rocker? Welcome on in. We are just wrapping stuff up. You can always scrub it on back if you want to see. Everyone just kicked my ass with trivia, Airborne Rocker. They just destroyed me. They were like, I'm going to find the toughest fucking question for this guy. It was brutal. It was brutal. And then I couldn't even get the easy stuff either. So it was amazing. Gotcha. Yeah. Yeah. The extended, it was fine. Yeah. I think the theatrical cut is like the perfect, that is the perfect cut right there of that movie, Dude, no, you don't need luck. Obsession's a lot of fun, man. Enjoy. Is this your first time seeing it? I hope you dig it, Prince. I'm sure you'll let me know. I'm sure you'll let all of us know. Yes, yes. But yeah, guys, that is going to wrap it up for this one here. Thank you so very much for kicking it with me and kicking my ass in horror trivia. If you're watching after the fact and you're still here, oh my God, that's so cool. Thank you so much for kicking it with us here, and jump on into the comments. Ask me some tough trivia questions. I swear I won't look them up on Google. I will be honest in my answers. Drop them into the comments. And then any of you guys that are hanging out in the chat right now, if you have more and you just want to bludgeon me with your difficult questions, you can always jump into the comments and drop those there. I want to give a big shout out to Paula Fitzhenry, Antonis Andriotis, Tia, Nina, and Antonis 2 more times for helping us reach that super chat goal. Thank you guys so very much with your $5 super chats. I so appreciate the support you guys give, and not only as with the super chats, but also with channel memberships as well, guys. Thank you so much. Kyle from That Sounded Scary is celebrating 1 month of channel membership. That is awesome. And then, guys, welcome to the new 10 channel members we have. Those were gifted here just earlier in the evening. And yeah, I hope all the new members come out to one of our members only streams, check it out, hang out with us. And yeah, you'll see the fun added value that we've got there. Anywho, guys, I will be back no matter what. Saturday night, it's going to be a late night one, maybe Friday, and then keep an eye out for some short videos and stuff like that. Anywho, you guys know how we do this here, right? Just make sure my hair's looking good for the end. But if I get hit over here, then my hair just ain't gonna look right. All right, guys, here we go. Until next time, I've been, and I'm gonna do it all over again. Because I'm thinking to myself, wait a minute, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell if you haven't already. Hype the video if you're watching it after the fact. You guys are beautiful. I love you all so very much. And until next time, I've been and will continue being Davey Deathray. Take care.